with so much talk of mass deportations, I think that could kind of become a very murky area. But on the other hand, if the cuts mean fewer deductions for homeowners, that could be a little less fun, of course. Hey everyone, today we have a hot button topic that we're going to discuss because it's on a lot of people's minds, especially if you are contemplating purchasing a home in 2025 or if you're selling a home, because there's always supply and demand shifts. And so we're going to kind of talk about what the upcoming administration's policies may look like for the housing market, specifically here in our Central Texas area. If you didn't know, we are attached to the largest military installation. We are home to Fort Cavazos, formerly known as Fort Hood. So this has a huge impact on our local economy and of course on our local housing market. And so with every new administration, they have their own policies and procedures that they are going to start implementing. And some of these policies are going to be upcoming, or at least have been projected, may impact our housing market. So stay tuned if you want to know some of the three topics that we are going to discuss and how it may change the housing market. And if you don't know who I am, hey, I'm Brina Gordon, your favorite Central Texas realtor, and I always want to make sure you have the most updated information so that your decision-making process can be smooth. And make sure you share this with somebody. Comment down below if you have any thoughts or concerns. Of course, these are all general ideas based on what we know currently. As the future changes, things may change as well. So we're going to dive right into it, starting with topic number one, interest rates, because since COVID ended and interest rates started to tick up, that's pretty much been the forefront of most conversations with housing. What are interest rates looking like? What's the future of interest rates? And although we have seen some stabilization in them, they haven't really taken a big dive, not what people had originally hoped for or really wanted. Now, with the Trump administration coming into office, that has been one of their key interests is to actually take interest rates lower. Now, with that being said, a lot of times that sounds like excellent news for buyers and for sellers. But here are some things just to keep in mind when interest rates do drop. Now, of course, we all want them to drop some because that helps to make your mortgage payment more affordable. But if interest rates drop quite a bit, that could put us back in a little bit of a buying frenzy. A lot of buyers that may have been sitting on the sideline the last couple years or last year, waiting for interest rates to take a drop beyond whatever their magic number is, could start to flood the market. And what that does create is competition. So one thing that we have to kind of take into consideration is where is kind of that sweet spot as far as creating a healthy market where people can afford homes, but not creating competition to where they start to become more unaffordable or than they already are, or just start to create too much competition, because that's what will put us back into where we previously were, which means that, multiple offer situations on homes, that drives up the prices, that drives up competition. And that is really not ideal for anyone, because you want homes to appreciate, but you want them to appreciate at a healthy rate, not 10% over a year or something that is not maintainable in pretty much anyone's economy. So the new administration does want to lower interest rates, but the question is going to be, where does that look like and how does that affect our market as far as how much does it drop and how much competition that could it create? Will it create a healthy amount, or will it start to create multiple offer situations? So that is going to be yet to be determined. But number one, of course, interest rates.
Hey guys, as much as I love making these videos, there's one thing that I absolutely love more, and that's helping families from all over the U.S. make the move here to the Fort Cavazos and surrounding area. I've helped countless families move here, so whether you're coming out next week, next month, or even next year, please don't hesitate to reach out to me. My contact information is going to be right here down below in case you missed the pop-up screen. And I look forward to helping you and your family move to our beautiful area.
Now, sellers, this could be very exciting for you because, of course, if you do plan to sell your home in 2025 and interest rates start to drop, that means there could be more demand for your home. But buyers, you want to keep a closer eye on this because that means that the prices could start to become competitive. And so you just have to make sure you make a good decision for yourself and maybe go ahead and make that plunge or that jump if you're looking to purchase a home. Now, second is going to be military spending. With us being home to Fort Cavazos, formerly known as Fort Hood, I could not not mention how this could affect military areas specifically, with President-elect Trump and his administration really looking to bolster military activity, military presence. That could mean more people relocating to the Fort Cavazos area. And of course, naturally, if more troops get stationed here, that's going to mean more demand on our housing. So regardless if it's buying or leasing, it's still more people coming here, which means more people need a place to stay. Now, if that starts to be a domino effect where we have low interest rates, plus more people relocating here, of course, that's going to put double demand on our area. So of course, we'll see what all plays out, but just giving you guys some information there. Now, if you are an investor, that could be an awesome opportunity because that means more demand is coming here. Maybe now is a great opportunity for you to start finding your investment property here and being prepared for that future population increase in our area. So just things to remember, because of course, I always want to make sure that you are fully prepared.
All right, now for the question of the day. What is the first thing you look for in a new city? Is it a coffee shop or your favorite store? I really want to know, so make sure you comment down below, or better yet, shoot me a text, email, or even give me a call. All my information is going to pop up here on the screen. So again, what is the first thing you look for in a new city?
All right, so next we have tax cuts, which I know is a lot of people's favorite conversation. And if you have comments, you can put them down below. We are not discussing who you did vote for, who you did not vote for. That's not the point of this conversation. It's really just to see how it's going to affect our area. But President-elect administration might continue pushing for tax cuts, especially aimed at businesses and property owners. Now that can mean a few different things for us locally right here in Killeen. On one hand, if the focus is on property owners, investors, and of course homeowners may find this area even more attractive. Now, of course, if you combine that with potentially lower interest rates and maybe more troops relocating here, that could put a lot of different things in play for our demand. But on the other hand, if the cuts mean fewer deductions for homeowners, that could be a little less fun, of course. Homeowners, especially with hefty mortgages, could see some changes in their deductions. So make sure you keep an eye on that. And it's just some things just to remember if you are deciding to purchase, because regardless of whatever happens, if you move here, if you want to purchase a home, you can still do that. But it's just making sure you have some different things that maybe you have to consider to make sure your mortgage, of course, is affordable and that it doesn't necessarily change your lifestyle.
Hey, if you're thinking of relocating to the Fort Cavazos area, I have just the thing for you. My team and I have actually taken the time to create the ultimate relocation guide, which is meant to save you hours of research. And I have it linked right down below. The best part is there's no obligation to this, and it's going to come with everything from the top employers to the best schools and a boatload of other information. Everything that you need to make the best decision. Again, no obligation. So make sure you click the link below. It also will be pinned, and I hope that it helps.
So my last topic is construction worker status. And you may be kind of questioning, what do I mean with that? Well, with home construction here, a lot of that is done by one population, or quite a bit of it. And so now, of course, we have superintendents, construction managers, all that kind of stuff, electricians, all that. But as far as just general labor, I do think that could affect the supply down the line. With so much talk of mass deportations, I think that could kind of become a very murky area. And so if that does start to affect our supply because things take longer, or people have to be hired, more different people have to be hired, of course, anytime there is a constriction in supply, that affects demand, but it also could be very challenging for the home developers because it could take longer, or it could become more expensive. And a lot of times that is then passed on to the consumer. So that could affect home prices for, of course, new construction. Or it could be, and if it affects new construction, then of course it could also affect resale homes because it could make them more appealing. So there's a lot of different factors out there. And of course, we will see how everything plays out together. So there you have it. There are some ways that the new policies could affect our local area right here. Now remember, real estate is definitely a wild ride. As we see policy changes, that means that's going to change the effect. And I will, of course, keep you guys updated. But make sure you comment down below. What are your thoughts? Do you have any questions or concerns for the future? Now, regardless of what happens, there are still going to be people buying and selling every day. It's just making sure that you have information to make good decisions for yourself. So let me know, comment down below, share this with somebody, and don't forget, I'm Brina Gordon, your favorite Central Texas realtor.